Hi, I'm David Palmer. We're here at BYU, Idaho, dealing with statistics and data science, and I'm also here with Antonio, who's going to talk us through some analysis and that he did. Before we jump right into the analysis, Antonio, can you tell us what your research question was and why you chose that?
Sure. So what I chose was a project where I could picture and explain how Peru compares to other countries across the world in terms of GDP per capita. Since my major is economics, I decided to go give it a run, and my main idea was to focus on the time lapse where I was alive, so 1999 to 2024. That's where I got the data. And yeah, I put a few different perspectives on the project.
Where did the data come from?
It's from the website OWID.
Okay, Our World in Data.
Yeah, we work with that one in class, so I started
Okay.
looking deeper into that one.
Yeah, so our world in data is pretty clean generally. Did you have to do any prep work or manipulation to get it ready for analysis and visualization?
As of data wrangling, yes, there were a few things that I had to change. Mainly, and I can show that here, for the whole data set, the main thing I did was limiting the years so it would cover my lifespan, and then I would make sure that I would narrow it down for just America, what I consider like the whole continent. Also, previously I had to filter for NAs, pretty much like empty regions. And this one country, Guyana, this had kind of misleading data, so it kind of changed the whole graph completely when I included it. So I had to take that out.
All right. Well, maybe can you talk us through two or three of your graphs and what they tell us about Peru and its economics?
Sure. Um, if I go over here. Okay, this is the first graph. I was starting like globally. I wanted to compare all the GDP per capita by region across the globe. And I have like every single one over here and two different landmarks, you could call them, that are big in the impact that they had towards the GDP per capita. So the financial crisis in 2008 and COVID-19 crisis 2020. Those two were big years where we can see right after there is a small decrease in the GDP per capita. This is like right at the bottom. I wanted to give like a broader perspective before going right into Peru. So that's what I did here.
Okay.
Mm, over here, I am comparing the two different regions in America, so North America and South America compared to Peru. I highlighted this one for Peru, and we can see Peru is doing not that well if we check at it. It's below even for the standard of South America. So I was trying to see deeper into this one region, South America, and this is what I had. There were a lot of different countries over here. I chose to also highlight Peru over here, and we can see why it's below the trend on South America overall. There are countries like Brazil, Uruguay, even Ecuador or Chile. They're doing way better than Peru right now. So that's about what I discovered.
All right. Well, thank you. That's very interesting. And if you had another few hours to dig into this question, what else would you look at?
Hmm, Well, I would have loved to work with the actual whole GDP, because I feel like it would have given me a different perspective on how much each country produced. This is like per person pretty much. So it's still very useful. I just would like to go deeper into countries specifically. This helps a lot more with the standard of life, which if you see here, like Peru, it's about 15K yearly. For a person, that's not a lot.
All right. Well, thank you very much for sharing.